What's up, market snappers? This is Jesse. It's a little after 8 p.m. Kind of getting a late start on this. I'm gonna try to do this, keep this Bitcoin update 7 to 10 minutes. So we'll see how we do. There's a few things I want to talk about, and been doing these Bitcoin updates pretty much every Tuesday and sending out through the newsletter as well. So let's jump right in. I want to start with the weekly chart, and the weekly chart is still bearish, right? Had that breakdown. You can see the trending line is trending downwards and flipped red. And overall, you can see RSI is kind of, after having that bearish divergence, which is longer term bearish divergence with the weekly chart, it's continuing to trend downward, right? So even the RSI EMA is still trending downward, is in bearish territory. So we'll see if it's finding support or not short term, get some sort of a bounce and then kind of roll back over. So a couple reasons why I think it could do that. Before we even jump into the 8-hour and the daily chart, we were talking about this potential scenario happening way back before at above $29,000. And you can go back through previous videos from YouTube and the newsletter where I was talking about, breaking down similar to like silver and gold. I know I keep talking about that, and then building out a lower high and then seeing if it comes back down to hit lower prices. So it still seems like that's a strong possibility, and I'll show you why. Because as of right now, the weekly is still bearish, but in the shorter term, you got the daily chart here. And on the daily chart, you can see where there's RSI is making higher lows, while price is making lower lows. So that's bullish divergence on the daily chart. So it could continue to make bullish divergence, meaning that price could continue to go lower while RSI is making higher lows, creating future bullish divergence. So that is a possibility. So as of right now, it's still bearish on the weekly chart. As of right now, it's still bearish on the daily chart. But there are signs of life that I talk about a lot in the Discord. There's signs of life. And so let's kind of dig in a little bit deeper, and we'll see on the chart here. That way we can zoom in and you can see a little bit better. So this candle, if it would have closed up here, I would have said that, hey, that looks like it's like a reversal candle. RSI would have been up in here most likely. And it looks like, price is for sure turning around. But as of right now, still closed below the trending line, and it's still hovering right on the trending line right now. So nothing happened on the daily chart as of yet. Weekly chart still bearish, and so you have to drop down to the 8-hour chart to see that there was a buy signal, but it's still bearish overall. So then there's a sell signal, and then now there's a pending buy signal again. So that was in the title, pending buy signal on Bitcoin 8-hour chart. Looks like bullish divergence on the daily chart, which we covered. And then the question is, will Bitcoin bounce to create a lower high prior to hitting lower targets? The longer term weekly chart is still bearish. And then emoji. And then thank you for your continued support, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate that. So let's now that we've seen the pending buy signal, I showed you the bullish divergence that's been forming on the daily chart. Now I want to kind of show you on the chart itself, some of the drawings that I have here. I'm going to start like this, and then I'll unhide the drawings because they get distracting and you probably wouldn't be listening to me. But so if that daily bullish divergence plays out, right, I could see price bouncing up, coming into that trending downward trend line. Trending line itself, or the circle. Sometimes I have the circles on as well, but just for cleaner purposes visually, I changed it from the circles to the line. And so you can see price kind of maybe come up into it, maybe into the trend line as well. So if you look at, kind of put the trend line more on it, you can see where, possibly like price comes back into the downward trend line where the trending line itself will come in, very similar. So you got that resistance and then roll back over and hit lower targets, right? So this is where it would get interesting. So, I've seen other people talk about this recently as well. We've been looking at this for, at least, I don't know, it seems like for a long time, this exact scenario to kind of play out. But I added this new scenario, and this would be kind of similar to, even the last bear market before the halving. There was that rally. It was a quite a bit higher rally. And then there's a retracement followed by a pump, followed by a lower low before the halving. And the halving this time is, in April. So I kind of drew this out that it would happen before the halving. And then price starts to come back up into, before the actual halving happens. So it hits that lower low here and it starts to come out. So I kind of drew this out on RSI as well. And you can see that, if RSI on the weekly chart, this is what it kind of look like. It would take a few weeks to play out where it comes back in, bounces, stays on this downward longer term trend line, comes all the way down here, right? Pumps all the way up, maybe even fakes out above, drops back down. And then I drew in future bullish divergence, right? So if you got a lower low here and a higher low here, and then you're looking for some sort of a breakout, and maybe this was like a back test, I think this would be very difficult and discouraging for traders and investors. So this seems like something that we've seen in the past play out before, and maybe it won't happen exactly like this. So a lot of times, the Discord loves it when I kind of draw these like squiggly lines, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what it really does. If you're only looking for that breakout move, right? You're looking for that breakout move. You're looking for possibly that bullish divergence. And, Bitcoin has a lot of divergence, not always, but you can see on this weekly chart, there is bullish divergence. On this up here, there is bearish divergence. So if we can get some more bullish divergence, letting us know that a trend is changing, then that would be ideal for the next move out. So could all this happen before the next halving? Sure. So this is what I wanted to kind of show. And I mapped it out and put it in the Discord earlier today. And so if you have any questions, please feel to comment, message me in the Discord, newsletter, whatever it is, let me know. And if you want more of this, keep sharing, liking, commenting so the algorithm sees it and gets it pushed out, and we can help more people, but then also helps grow YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. So thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.